Oh, so there is no case. So, oh, whoa. So there are no charges.
Okay.
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 Just hold. And I'm not happy that I wasn't contacted at all. It's just they took his liberty on something that didn't get authorized.
Yes, Your Honor.
Today, you're going to be free to go.
I'm going home today.
You're going to be let out, sir.
Thank you.
I am more than livid right now.
Judge Simpson's patience finally hit its limit in this courtroom showdown. What unfolded wasn't just a tense exchange. It was a full-blown eruption sparked by a prosecutor's unbelievable oversight. A man ended up spending extra time behind bars even after his charges had been officially dismissed. Imagine that. Sitting in a cell, days turning into nights, all because someone in the district attorney's office missed a simple update. The tension in the room was thick enough to cut with a knife. Judge Simpson's frustration was written all over his face as he tore into the legal blunder that never should have happened. Every word he spoke echoed a sense of disbelief, not just at the mistake itself, but at how easily it could have been prevented with a single check of the records or one clear communication. You could see the shock ripple across the courtroom, attorneys shifting uncomfortably, the defendant staring blankly, and even the bailiff looking like he couldn't believe what he'd just heard. It felt like watching a slow, painful train wreck that no one stopped, even though the warning signs were flashing bright red. Moments like this remind us that errors in the justice system aren't just paperwork problems. They affect real lives. What's rare, though, is seeing a judge break from his usual calm to call it out so fiercely, right there in open court. Was Judge Simpson out of line for his fiery reaction? Or was he simply saying what everyone else was thinking but didn't have the courage to say? Let's take a closer look at this heated moment and break down exactly how it all spiraled out of control.
Please state your name for the record, sir.
Don Lee.
All right. Hey, where are we on this case?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a driver's license case and I have discussed this with Mr. Lee. He will be accepting the offer extended to plead to MCL 257.326.
So, Your Honor, I'd move to add count 2 of MCL 257.326, allowing an ineligible person to drive. You accept that guilty plea to add count 2. I move to dismiss count 1.
Raise your hand. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your name.
Don Lee.
This court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of allowing an ineligible driver to operate a motor vehicle. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And understanding all that, still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On the date of February 10th, 2024, Michigan Road near Moon Road in Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. Did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Did you allow someone who is otherwise ineligible to operate that motor vehicle?
Yes.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Just very, very briefly, Your Honor, Mr. Lee is asking that the court consider sentencing him to time served. I do acknowledge he wasn't arraigned on this case until September 19th and only has 9 days credit, albeit he was not being held on this case. Outside of that, I just leave it in the court's discretion.
Anything you want to say, Mr. Lee?
And I just wanted to get this over with and keep him going.
You come back on the other thing tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
He's up on the 8th.
On the 8th.
For exam, Your Honor.
Just trying to recall, when I put you into custody, did we set an exam? Is that what
Yes.
we did?
Exam is on the 8th.
Before me?
No, it's before Judge Burke.
Okay. All right, I'll take a look at that because all right.
I think I have the file out, Aaron. Did the court have a question I could help with?
Well, I put him into custody, but I know I told him I was going to take a look at that on the remand into custody on it because it came as a result of a police report regarding something else happening.
Yes, it was because there is a new case that is coming down the pipe, to which Ms. Blanche said that the warrant was going to be authorized that day, I believe. Mr. Lee advises, and I don't see anything to contradict that, he hasn't been arraigned on that new charge yet, however, but the 2 ones that he was in front of Your Honor for last week for PCC are set for exam, both cases in front of Judge Burke on October 8th. He's represented by Sam Bernstein in one and the public defenders in the other.
Okay, so my question becomes all right, that's right. That refreshes my memory. Where's that other case? Because the thing, I'm not asking.
Okay,
You don't know.
I know I ain't been arraigned on it.
No, I know, but I'm trying because
So you're.
I don't know. Did I change his bond on? I did change his bond on that. He was supposed to then be arraigned on the other case, but that case was supposed to get. There was supposed to be a timing on that case to get down. So I remanded him. He was going to be held on these cases, on the ones that are set for exam. And then that other case was going to come down, expected that he might be in on that case. But if that case hasn't come down, I'm not going to be very happy right now.
Yes, to my understanding, Your Honor, he has not been arraigned on that new case, but the two cases that are already set for exam in front of Judge Burke, currently his bond is $15,000 on each of those cases.
Correct. I get that. What?
You raised it was a PI bond and you raised it up.
I put it up because of the representation of these other cases, but those other cases were supposed. What's the status of that other case?
Your Honor, Ashley Lottie, for the people on behalf of talking about these other matters. So if I'm reading this correctly, other cases was a resisting and obstructing case that was supposed to be coming down. Is that, Ms. Page, is that correct?
I don't think that was, it was involving a car accident and some other stuff.
I don't know the exact charges that were to be authorized, but I know the incident date was before the ones that are currently set for exam.
Right.
That being said,
I know.
Yeah.
Listen. Where is that case? Because my problem here is that, and Mr. Lee is certainly not always the most cooperative person in the world, and he knows that. But he got remanded because his other case was coming down.
Correct.
And so I'm trying to, and I think there was a representation that it had been signed off or it was someplace, and the expectation was that case was going to get sworn out. While in custody, he'd be arraigned. And then there would be, based upon the facts of that case, a bond set that was likely or may have, I can't say for sure, may have kept him in custody, which is why I did what I did.
That was my understanding, Your Honor.
You can't help but feel genuine sympathy for this man right now. He's standing there in an orange jail uniform, clearly confused and humiliated. As a judge, prosecutor, and defense attorney scramble to figure out how he's still behind bars. The whole scene feels chaotic, but what's really tragic is that this kind of mix-up isn't rare. It happens far more often than people realize. Most just never get to witness it unravel so openly in court. What looks like disorganization is actually something far worse, a complete communication breakdown inside the system. According to what's being discussed, Judge Simpson originally ordered the man to remain in custody briefly while felony charges were pending. But when a magistrate judge later dismissed those charges, the update somehow never reached the right people. That one missed notification left an innocent man sitting in a cell with no legal reason to be there. This isn't just a paperwork issue. It edges dangerously close to a violation of basic constitutional rights. That's exactly why legal safeguards like habeas corpus exist, to make sure no one is detained without proper grounds. Yet here we are, watching a living example of what happens when those safeguards break down due to pure negligence. The most unbelievable part? None of this came to light because the system corrected itself. It only surfaced because Judge Simpson personally started digging into the timeline. If he hadn't questioned it, that man could still be sitting in jail with no idea why, and now the tension in the room is reaching its peak. The DA's office is about to face the full force of Judge Simpson's fury right here in front of everyone. You can practically feel the air tighten as the moment builds, and honestly, after hearing what led to this, his outrage feels completely justified.
So here's the full picture. Mr. Lee pled guilty to a simple misdemeanor, driving without a license. The prosecutor then asked for him to be remanded on the promise that stronger felony charges were coming down the pipeline. Except those stronger charges got tossed. Twice. And nobody ever told Judge Simpson either. So pretty much in effect, the DA's office tricked a sitting judge into jailing somebody over a misdemeanor that legally can't even be used to lock somebody up. I mean, that's not even a paperwork mistake. That's pretty much just gaming the system. And it completely undermines trust in the courtroom like this. In most states, that kind of misconduct can trigger sanctions against the DA's office, and sometimes even lawsuits from the defendant, which I hope he does. But here's the real question. Should prosecutors who make mistakes like this face big penalties, or is public embarrassment enough? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
So here's how the situation really unfolded. Mr. Lee had originally entered a guilty plea to what should have been a minor offense, a simple misdemeanor for driving without a valid license. Nothing violent, nothing major. But the prosecutor then requested that he remain in custody, claiming that more serious felony charges were on their way. That request set everything in motion, and it's where the entire case went off the rails. Those so-called felony charges never actually held up. They were dismissed not once, but twice, and yet somehow that crucial information never reached Judge Simpson. In practical terms, that means the district attorney's office ended up misleading the court, intentionally or not, into keeping a man locked up on a charge that legally couldn't justify jail time. It's more than just a bureaucratic blunder. It's a serious lapse that shakes the foundation of courtroom trust. What makes this worse is how preventable it was. A single communication, one timely update, could have stopped it all. Instead, the mistake turned into something far more damaging, a misuse of the justice process that borders on manipulation. When prosecutors allow someone to remain jailed on invalid grounds, it doesn't just violate one person's rights. It chips away at the credibility of the entire legal system that in many states, behavior like this isn't brushed aside. It can lead to disciplinary action, sanctions against the DA's office, and even open the door for the defendant to file a civil lawsuit for wrongful detention. And frankly, after everything Mr. Lee went through, who could blame him if he did? But here's where the real debate begins. Should prosecutors who make errors of this scale face stronger penalties beyond public embarrassment? Or is the damage to their reputation enough? It's a tough question, and one worth discussing. Thanks for watching, and as always, share your thoughts on whether accountability in cases like this should go further than just a scolding in open court.